from just shy of midfield. Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Burrow looking to pass. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. Down the left sideline.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hand off to Spears.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And look at this defense for the Vikings.
They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Fielded at the 20. 51 yards on the punt there.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. They run with a veteran speedster. It's Kareem Hunt.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
7 yards there and a first down.
And the Vikings sit 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
This now a 3rd and 4. Howell from the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. A give right side now to Hunt.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. After 7-0 on EA Sports. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, flashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Hunt going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. A field goal would make it a two-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
Throwing here, Howell.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Foster Moreau, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Here's Spears on second down.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now it's Burrow.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
In motion right goes Reed.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. That is caught. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Anthony Schwartz
with an amazing diving catch.
And the Chargers have cut it back within a score. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll make our score 14-7. After the field goal, on to kick it away is Piñeiro.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Here we go.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Hunt. And shedding through. There he goes, right side. He's still on his feet. And finally taken down at the 34. 108 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
They'll run again with Hunt. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Kareem Hunt, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he will find Ridley on the left side. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.